It's episode 222 of the Author Stories podcast. I'm your host, Hank Garner. Today is another special DragonCon 2017 edition of the show, and I'll be bringing you a panel with Billie Piper. I'd like to tell you about some sponsors that I'm very happy to have today. Pico's House. Authors, if you're looking to take your book to the next level, you need to talk to my friend Crystal Pico Watanabe from Pico's House. She offers developmental editing, line editing, beta reading, and proofreading. She will soon be launching a book interior design service, print formatting, but you can inquire about that now if you're interested. She's edited over 70 novels and novellas and 130 short stories, and she comes recommended by best-selling authors such as Hugh Howey and Samuel Peralta. Most of her experiences with science fiction, speculative fiction, and middle-grade fantasy, but she enjoys all genres and would love to talk to you about your book project. She offers complimentary 2-page sample edits and complimentary track changes review after the edit. Visit picoshouse.com and let her know that you heard about it on Author Stories, and she'll give you a discount. That's PIKKOSHOUSE.com. Galactic Satori Chronicles, written by Nick Breaker and Paul E. Hicks, is a raucous sci-fi adventure introducing Asher, a young man whose world is turned upside down when he discovers that his fiance's death has been directly caused by an imminent alien invasion. He and his friends channeled his anger and grief into the ultimate weapon against alien technology. Human emotions were the one thing the Kron didn't account for when they started their attack on Earth. Book 1 Earth and Book 2 Kron are now available. Galactic Satori Chronicles. ThirdScribe.com has recently released their newest update, and it is amazing. Authors, you need a platform to showcase your work and to connect with readers. Readers, I know that you like to connect with your favorite authors. ThirdScribe is the place to do that. Go visit ThirdScribe.com, check out the all-new features, and give it a shot. ThirdScribe.com. My good friend Stefan Boltz has recently released a new book, and it's called Six String. Jennifer Dalton dreamed of being a singer for as long as she could remember. That dream has kept her alive throughout a childhood mired in poverty in a broken and abusive home. When her younger brother dies and her mother takes refuge in alcohol, the emotional toll becomes unbearable. One morning she runs away, taking with her the one thing she owns, her beloved six-string guitar. This is the story of a girl finding herself alone in the good and the bad, the friends she makes, and a choice that can rob her of everything she's won. Six String by Stefan Boltz. Tears of Heaven, Flames of Perdition, Book 1 by R.A. McCandless. A child of angels and humans, Dell is a sarcastic, fast-talking, dangerous, and unpredictable demon hunter. She and her partner, Marin, take their orders directly from the angel Ahadiel. They obey, or they'll be destroyed. It's not the job Dell wants, but it's the job she has. Normally, banishing a rogue demon back to hell wouldn't be a problem. Dell and Marin have a few centuries of experience. It's all part of the job description. But when Ahadiel orders them to take down 3 demons at once, the job goes from bad to worse. The demons with supernatural powers and their own agenda have kidnapped children for their own nefarious ends. With angels breathing down her neck, children to save, and demons gunning for her blood, Dell is running out of time. That's exactly where she wants to be. If you're a fan of Dresden Files, you're going to love this book. Tears of Heaven, Flames of Perdition, Book 1 by R.A. McCandless. And Book 2 is about to drop anytime now. More news about that coming soon. Thanks to my good friend Ed Gosney. With over 100 episodes of cool comics in my collection to date, Ed Gosney highlights comic collecting and fandom in a whole new light. Each week, Ed peels back the layers of your favorite comics and brings you something new. Featuring books in his personal collection as well as some that got away, Cool Comics in My Collection is your go-to for comics nostalgia. EdGosney.com. Hey authors, you know that your book has to be edited to the highest quality standards to set it apart from the pack, but what about the visual presentation? Kevin Summers at LiteraryOutlaw.com offers the very best in artisanal book formatting to make your book shine. Visit LiteraryOutlaw.com and tell Kevin you heard about him on Author Stories and receive a discount. Kevin is who I use for my book formatting, and he carries the Author Stories seal of approval. LiteraryOutlaw.com. I'd also like to thank Dragon Award winner Richard Fox for sponsoring the show. Pick up his series, The Ember War. There's 9 books in the series. If you're like me and you're constantly looking for something new to read, but you don't want to get into something that's not got any depth to it, you can pick up The Ember War. The Earth is doomed. Humanity has a chance. In the near future, an alien probe arrives on Earth with a pivotal mission: determine if humanity has what it takes to survive the impending invasion by a merciless armada. The Ember War. Start with Book 1. You can read them for free on Kindle Unlimited. Pick them up today. The Ember War 9-book series by Dragon Award winner Richard Fox. I would like to thank our executive producers who generously donated to help cover the DragonCon 2017 expenses that we had. Jason Onspach and Nick Cole's Galaxy's Edge, Will Swardstrom, Chris Porteau, Doug Bradley, Stefan Boltz, Eamon Ambrose, Rhett Bruno, Crystal Watanabe, Thomas Hickok, Philip Harris, Alexander Moore, Christopher Vallon, Kat Feeler, Patricia Gilliam, Samuel Peralta, Bob Williams, Ed Gosney, Rob Roy McCandless, James Slater, Rory Donahue, Deborah Capps Kennedy, Greg Martell, Alicia Myers, Michael Nelson, Chris Fox, Richard Fox, and John Frater. Thank you all so much for your generosity and for helping executive produce the special DragonCon 2017 coverage. Stay tuned after the show for an audiobook clip from Richard Gleaves' The Jason Crane series. Thanks for listening.
I was telling them how much it's like, how great it is to be part of the Whovian family, and the fact that we all have each other's backs. And I said, get the people in to fill the room and all that stuff, and here you are, gorgeousness. Do you want a microphone? You sit down there, that's your name. I can ask you a couple of questions to begin with. I got a little time. Do you mind? Okay, do you guys mind? You gotta do your entrance again, we gotta do it properly. Alright, because if I want this gig as a job. Ladies and gentlemen, you know her from Doctor Who as Rose Tyler. Give it up for Billie Piper! Let me turn you on. I think it's... There you go. Number 2. Here, you take that one.
Hello. There we go. Oh no. That's not going to work. Hello.
We'll share. Oh my God, we've broken the sound system. Hello. There we go.
Hello.
So.
Hello.
Billie.
Yes?
I haven't seen you in a little while.
I know.
I know, we only get to cross paths when we do these kind of things.
I liked your Instagram post.
Which, the Wonder Man?
Yeah.
Have you ever cosplayed?
No, I've never cosplayed, but I really would like to do the anime stuff, I think.
So, do you have, you just like the whole genre of anime, or do you have any specific that you like?
No, I like the sailor girl outfit and the sort of cute little bob. To wear here and at home.
Hey! You can come over and help Scott and I do cleaning. I have a Captain Jack outfit, he's got a doctor outfit.
That.
Yeah.
I love that.
So what was the, we'll go to questions for everybody, but what was the kind of thing for you when you first, let's jump back, because I met you for the first time when I came on board for Dr. Who. Our first scene was standing on top of the spaceship in front of Big Ben.
Yeah.
When you heard that you got the role of Rose Tyler, what was your first reaction?
My first reaction was, that was it, and I couldn't believe that. I was really, really excited, but none of us knew what we were getting into. And I don't believe that the BBC had made a show of that size, with all of that new technology, and I felt like everybody was very much just like working it out for the first time,
Well, prior, because there'd been the history with Doctor Who, with the older shows.
With the older shows, but I think we were using...
This is a revamp,
and we were using, dare I say, more advanced.
Yeah, no, true. I mean, in the old days, they used to shut the door, the whole set would shake.
I know. So I think it had enormous ambitions, and that's quite nerve-wracking. And also everyone, I think, hated the idea of me being on board, or at least I heard that.
Why?
No offense, but like, whenever there's change, the Whovians go...
Oh no, we all do, yeah.
They hate it.
Of course they do, but then what they realize is that they're not just going on the journey with the person who's playing the character, they're going on the journey in the TARDIS with the team.
Yeah.
And that's what changes everything.
Yeah, that's true. It's
so
true.
did you feel any pressure, knowing the history of the show, knowing that there was such a vast audience out there that loved it, that you had something to prove?
Well, no, not really. I didn't. I sort of just wanted to go in there and do the best job I could do. And also, at the time, there was no social media, so you didn't feel the real heat of the fans' disappointment. So, thank God. And so no, I felt alright about it. I also never watched it as a kid, so I didn't understand its heritage. But the minute I started, I very quickly understood exactly.
May I tell a little story?
Please.
Just a little snippet.
Sure.
We were doing an episode, and we were doing something involved with the Daleks. And it was, I think we were going into a read-through, and you leaned over and you went, "What's a Dalek?" And from that moment I was like, I love this girl. Because the whole fear and the reaction then to those, the Daleks was totally real.
I know.
Do you grasp the fact that you are probably one of the most iconic? I know this because you and I ranked. You were number 1, and I came in number 2 as the 2 top worldwide, companions of the Doctor in a poll on the web.
It's fine.
But when you go to different places, different cities, different cons, do you get that? Do you realize that how important you are to everybody?
People say it to me, but I just assume that they're saying that to everyone. Although today, I have been sat amongst a few assistants, and they're not lying. They feel very comfortable saying, "No, you are my favourite." But she's right next to me. Not for all of you, obviously. Some of you prefer other people, so.
Yeah. Well, no. We don't know what that is.
I don't know.
We're the
What's
best.
happening?
Oh, man. Give me a memorable moment. Something that on the Doctor Who set that really kind of made you either go, I get it, or made you go, no more, I need a break or something.
Yeah.
Something that was a real big changer for a game changer.
Well, one of the Cybermen episodes when, we're filming outside. As you know, the night shoots are
hard,
taxing. So you're often up until like 5 in the morning in Wales. It's so cold. And we were doing one of the episodes, and the Cybermen were they wouldn't pull it together, They have to move in unison. They're bound together by elastic bands. I'm trying to say my words, my jaw is locking because I can't get it out. I can't get the words out. The Cybermen are just destroying the entire production.
Damn those Cybermen!
And I remember thinking, this is it. I've had enough. It has broken me. It's broken me.
There is a point you get so cold where your lips actually freeze up and you start talking and everything becomes like that. I know exactly what you're talking about.
It was awful. That was one of the
worst
moments. But then I think one of the most moving moments was during the last scene on the beach. So, I felt like that was a really weird blend of reality and the show, and I sort of in that moment I thought, I doubt I'll ever feel like this on another job ever again, and it's pretty much totally true.
No, I get it. That's how a lot of us feel who have played characters on Doctor Who. When we finish, it's a piece of you's gone.
Yeah.
And you don't know if you'll ever get it back.
Yeah, exactly. And also you just don't know that you'll ever be in company like that again. Like, just from the team who made it, like Russell and Julie and Phil. Like, honestly, I've never met more spirited people in my life.
Because everybody loved the show too.
They were all massive fans. So it's still unusual to be part of something like Doctor Who.
I'm going to go to questions out in the audience, and then I'm going to probably do 2 of those with you, and then I have to leave you after the first one because I got to go to.
You got to go down and host another panel before you.
I'm doing this. I think it's great if we can all talk to each other. For the future, would you like that? This gentleman asked me a question last night at my panel. I remember it. You got to get the right answer, Billie. And I would love to be Captain Jack right now and help you, because if you don't, he will kill you. Answer is over there. You ready for this? Head the question, mister.
Hello. I hope you're having a nice day. My question for you is, what was your favorite scene to film in any show, Doctor Who or otherwise?
Yeah, it's not really a challenge question. What was your favorite scene to do in Doctor Who or otherwise? I'm going to let you answer. I'm going to hand it over here. Yeah, right? And I'm going to give you a big loving kiss.
Thank you. Hey. Well, I think annoyingly, I think I just answered that by saying the day on the beach with David. I don't think I've ever done a scene that I felt more emotionally involved with since. Although I did have a great scene in Penny Dreadful recently where I transformed and I showed my true self, and I developed like superhuman strength, and I outed myself as the villainous Lily, and I found that great to do that scene. I really enjoyed that with the monster. Hello. He just bowls in, takes the microphone, dominates the whole thing.
I can't think of a better stand-in for me than John Barrowman.
Yeah. You're right.
It's so lovely to meet you.
It's lovely to meet you.
I'm so glad you're here. Welcome to DragonCon.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's do the show. How about that, everyone?
Yeah.
Awesome. What's our next question?
Hi, Billie. My name is Dustin.
Hi.
I want to know, first of all, as a professional makeup artist, you've been a muse for me for years. You inspired me quite a bit. My question has to do with Secret Eye of a Call Girl. I was wondering if there's any truth to the rumors of a possible feature film in the future, and if not, is it something that you would like to explore?
When did you hear that rumor?
It's been a couple of years.
It's a couple of years ago, isn't it? Yeah, there was a discussion about it, a very sort of serious discussion about it, and I met up with some producers in Hollywood, and we just never quite got it off the ground. I don't know that now if I would revisit that. Just a mum now, I just feel a bit different. I've got a reputation to uphold in front of my children. So no, I don't know. I love doing that show so much, and I'm happy with leaving it there. But I'm sorry, there's loads of good makeup on Secret Eye. Totally lovely.
Well, when you have a canvas like yours, of course it's effortless.
Oh, thank you, my love.
I loved Belle. So you think that her story was completed? Do you think that her journey came to a comfortable conclusion for you?
I do actually. I think she really represented, in many ways, a modern woman. She was very, very ambitious, and granted, the profession she had was not like. I mean, it is a certain thing that not many of us engage with, but
it played her with such a fierceness. There was one scene they did a tracking shot on one episode where the camera was following you. you had purse on hand, and I thought you were going to throw a hip out, and you were hitting it through a party, and it was so empowering because you could kind of see like the background extras or whatever, just kind of like moving aside as you like came through the room. It was a force. I mean, I don't remember which episode that was, but I remember that scene. It was so beautiful.
Yeah, she's just a front-footed chick who wanted a career more than love, and I think there's a lot of ambitious women out there.
Good. We need more of them, right?
Yeah.
All the women independent. Hey, that's my handsome son Alex. That's Mike on this side. Ain't he the cutest? Next question.
I was wondering, who was your favorite doctor to work with out of all the doctors?
Well, I liked working with all of them, but I guess I had the most fun with David because the first series had been a success, and everyone chilled out a bit. We were all quite uptight in the first series, and I think it meant we had to be so on our game that it left little room for messing around. By the time we got to series 2, the show had gone down well. We'd refined ways of doing things that just left a lot of scope for just, being bad.
Like a bad wolf.
Like a big bad wolf.
Now, speaking of a big bad wolf, would there be the opportunity, if it would arise, that you would be interested in coming back?
As a wolf, just in a full wolf outfit.
Like full furry wolf outfit.
Really take this bad wolf to the next level. Just me howling into the moon. Sure.
There you go. Question over here.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Ashley. I have 2 questions for you, Billie. First off is, what was it like working for Christopher Eccleston? Were you expecting something other than, like, character-wise, were you expecting anything other than this war-scarred man who is attempting to reconnect with the planet that he's protecting?
Oh, that's a great way of looking at him and that character. What I really loved about what he did with the Doctor was that he made it, and it's something he does with every character. He makes characters very real and very raw, and so in the relaunch, it felt like it was great that he was making the Doctor so centered, because there's lots of Doctors who are name no name, a bit more sort of hysterical and wild and madcap, and that has a place as well. But I think what worked really well, and it did surprise me, was that he didn't come on like some Dickensian, character. He came on, as what felt like a real man, and I think that was really good and very surprising. And I think some people loved that and some people didn't like it. But I thought it brought everyone in for that first series 1, which it had to happen really.
But not all to Eccleston, but for you yourself, and I have fiercely debated this, that you were the strongest representation as Rose to the seeing public, the viewing public, because you were that every woman shop girl that was trapped in a relationship, not so much trapped, but not just unsure of where you were going. Were you really happy? Did it need to develop further? You were living at home with mom. So everyone that has experienced that young adulthood of what do I want to be when I grow up? What type of relationships do I have? How do I get myself away from my family? You were the first companion that Doctor Who really showed us the angst that a lot of us identify with, and I think that that's what brings you the most real companion in the Doctor Who series.
I think, thank you. I think, well, that's how I felt when I was younger. I just felt like, I started working at a very young age, but before that, I just thought, I don't want to be in my town. I want something more than this. I wanted the adventure, and I wanted to have wild experiences in my life, and I've luckily fulfilled that dream. But so I totally got that with Rose, and I think you're right. I think that's why people connect to that character so much.
Next question.
Hi, so at panels and award shows, you often see the actors, writers, directors, even the designers. What crew position would you love to have if you weren't an actor, or which one would you never want because the work is so hard that you would just hate to have it?
I think it would be very hard and very stressful to be a DOP, the guy on the camera and the focus puller. I think that's such a detailed job.
It just closed up on you.
I saw that. You did a really good job. I just think that whole thing is very stressful, the precision, so yeah, I often look at that and go, I would never want that job. But you know, I really love the idea of directing. So even though that also looks incredibly stressful, I think I would very much love that in place of acting. So watch this space.
Was that a hint that you would like to direct?
Yeah.
I heard it here first at
Heard it here
DragonCon.
first. Things are emerging.
That would be wonderful. There are so few women in the director role.
I mean, that
in
is,
television.
you know, it's a perfect example. I mean, it's literally there's none.
Right.
There's a few, and it's terrible. You know, so.
Well, I think you have a voice that would be awesome to show to the world.
I hope so.
Next question.
Hello.
Hi.
My question is, what was your favorite quote that you said, and what's your favorite quote that one of your co-stars said?
Oh God, it was like 12 years ago. Oh God, this is where I really show myself up. I really enjoyed the no more section of the moment, just because it just seemed so ranty and rambling madness. I really enjoyed that. What else did I really like? Oh God, I can't remember any of my.
Let's go a little bit more recently. What about in the fabulous show Penny Dreadful?
Yeah.
As either Brona or Lily, was there like a favorite line that you just really felt the most passionate about? I have like a really great monologue that I thought your version of Lily did.
Yeah.
And maybe would tie it in since that was a bit more recent.
Yeah. Remind me of it.
It was the story of how Brona became broken.
Yeah, no, I love that. The monologue it's such a great speech. I absolutely love that. Can't remember a single word, but I very much enjoyed it. I'm sorry I can't answer it more clearly.
And that's okay.
It's just, they just go, you know?
Yeah. Next question.
Hi, I'm a really big fan.
Hi, darling.
My question is, did you have a favorite episode that you filmed?
Yeah, Tooth and Claw I really loved filming because it was just such a laugh. We were in one place for a week, so we were always on location. It was just, apart from On the Hills, but apart from that, it was just me, David, and the Queen running around being chased by a guy in a green catsuit, and we loved that.
And my other question is, how do you feel about the Lady Doctor?
I'm delighted. Like, I was a real sucker for the original format, but I think that it would be, if they're going to keep going with Doctor Who, with no hiatus, you have to put a woman in that role now. It would be a snub to... It would be a major snub, given the world in which we live. You know, it's a very progressive and smart move of the BBC, I think. And I think it's what people want.
Right.
I don't want to see another guy play that role.
Have you had the opportunity to speak with Jodie? Do you know her?
No, I do know her, but I haven't spoken to her yet, and my God, that's a big task.
Right.
She's about to take on. She's got a kid as well. My God, it's going to be tax.
Right.
Oh my God, it's going to be great. And what's going to be really good is that, girls are going to have a book-smart, savvy, historical role model who isn't dancing around in pants. Do you know what I mean? It's when I say pants, I mean knickers or pantyhose, whatever. What do you call them here? Lingerie. Sure. I just think it would be nice to have a modern female role model who isn't, being overtly sexual. I think that would make a nice change. But who knows? She could take a whole different take on it entirely. Although I think we'll be safe with the BBC.
Hello. So you worked great with John Hurt in Day of the Doctor, and so I was wondering, what were some of your favorite moments working with him on that set?
I remember one moment where David and Matt were just drilling it, just going, it was like watching a really good rally. It was incredible, just sort of, going for it as the Doctor. Vaguely competitive, but it was great. And I remember standing there with John and looking at John, and John just turning to me and going, "Those guys are incredible." And he was and he was so paranoid that he wasn't going to be able to keep up with them. He was like, I can't do that. I can't do that. And he was so in awe of what they could do, the speed and the mental agility. It was wonderful to see such an incredible actor be so humble about two young, very impressive actors. It was very generous of him. And then I remember, and then offset, I liked having a few glasses of red wine with him, which we did quite a lot. It was just me and him quite often.
Red wine, eh?
Yes.
What's your favorite grape varietal?
I like Rioja because it's sort of spicy and strong. Mine.
Good to
or
know.
like a Bordeaux, because that's quite medicinal and heavy in the winter. What about you?
South African red blends are my favorite.
Ooh, what's that like?
So you get a lot of the fruity, juicy notes, but they have the really nice tannic structure to give you a bold body, so you can drink them with a stick, but it goes down easy.
Great! I love that response.
I love it when you put me on the spot and ask me a question.
And you nailed it! To me blundering around about lines I can't remember, and you're just totally there with your red wine.
Shanghai it. I was like, how can I follow that at all?
You have. You put him to shame.
Awesome.
Yeah. He also likes red wine.
Yes.
He likes wine.
Yes. Like very general. He likes wine. What's our next question? Sorry about that, everyone.
Hello.
Sorry.
My name is Xander. I'm a big fan of Dr. Who, and I think you're awesome.
Thank you.
So my first question is, what is the funniest thing that's ever happened while you were filming?
It's on the bloopers, but it's when, I don't know why it was so funny, but when I lose my face in the 50s episode, and David rips that bag off my head, and on the day I just had to have crosses all over my face, like some possessed, young girl. And every time we whipped that thing off, my hair would be disarray across my face, would be covered in crosses, and he just couldn't stop laughing. And it was 50 takes, at least. It was 50 takes. Because once he starts, Even though it's not even funny, really. It's not really that funny. I then go, and then the crew go. So everyone's just trying to keep it together for, what felt like 3 hours.
But I think we've all experienced that, where something becomes absurd, not really because it's funny, but because
you're tired.
Yeah.
Because you're tired, or you're hungry, or whatever. It makes no sense at all, but they're great moments, aren't they, when you're supposed to be behaving.
Was there anyone in the front that can't get back to the mics that maybe had a question? Can I take your question, sir?
A little explanation to my question. A while ago, I read some criticism. I'm not sure how prominent it was that Rose Tyler became too strong, and that it was becoming the Rose Tyler show instead of Doctor Who. Do you have a response to that?
I love that. I love that criticism. That's why I had to go after 2 series. That's the truth. I was pushed. Joking. That didn't happen. I don't know. When I was at the end of episode 2, I just felt like series 2. I just felt like me and David were just so solid. Like it was such a great team, and I feel like his strengths were my weaknesses, and vice versa. And we had to be together. We had to sort of, we were joined at the hip, and I think it would have only worked with that dynamic. But there's still time for a powerful Rose Tyler show. Although what's hilarious is now I'm doing the big finish. It's so weird being 35 and playing Rose Tyler. I mean, it's hilarious. Because I'm not playing an older Rose Tyler, I'm still playing like 19-year-old Rose Tyler. It's just like, it feels deeply inappropriate, but anyway, going for it, guys, so check it out.
Plot twist, you still look 19 young.
Thank you, I love it up here.
She's like, yes. Not as bad. But when you became Rose for the show, did you know going in that it was a temporary gig, as like all the companions, we know to only expect them for a brief moment. None of them are going to have longer than, is 3 seasons basically the max that we've seen anyone hang around? Is that about right? Or did you just think, oh, this could be 10, 12, 15 years?
I think, I think that I felt after 2 years that I think I went in thinking that I was going to do it for more time. But after the second series, I really wanted to get back to my life. And because it's 9 months of filming in Wales, I was away from my family. I love being at home. And I felt like I really wanted to change. And I think the thing about Doctor Who is that, whether you're a doctor or a companion, it takes every bit of you, most of the year just from shooting it. But then when you leave set, your life becomes Doctor Who. In many ways it's incredible, but it can sometimes get a bit like, I just need a break. And I think everyone who's been part of that show knows what I mean when I say that. Sure. So I think everyone gets to a point where they go, I just need a rest. I'm sure that they would love to have assistants and doctors just stay, because they've got to keep using, so much imagination to keep regenerating. And
that's true too.
There's a lot of, but I think it helps with new stories. It gives the show legs, continues to give the show legs. I can't believe how long it's gone on for now. It just blows my mind.
All right, what are we, 53 years in? 54? Okay, 54? Yeah, 54 years. That's a lot.
And how many series are there of the new?
We're on number 10. Did we just finish the 10th?
It's 10. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's good of you guys.
Next question.
Hey. Hi. So Matt Smith said this morning that his favorite Doctor Who companion, aside from his own companions, was Rose. So I was just wondering if you think Rose and the 11th Doctor would do well together from like a chemistry perspective.
100%. Because we're really good mates anyway, so that's going to really help the chemistry and the dynamic. So yeah, it would have been great to have spent more time with him. But then I see him at the pub most weekends, so it's fine. It's fine, I get my fill. Moving on. Please, someone stand up. There you go.
Hi, Billie.
Hello.
Rose was my favorite companion. Thank you for playing her evolution so beautifully.
Thank you.
Who are your role models and why?
When I was growing up, I loved Madonna. I loved her. She was really the only woman of her kind in that time. Like, everyone's like that now, but she was such a ball breaker, and she didn't give, you know what I mean? And I just was in awe of her. And I was a dedicated dancer, so I used to learn all of her routines, and I was genuinely obsessed by her. So she was definitely one of my role models growing up. And who else did I really, really love? I love Janet Jackson as well, and I love Michael Jackson. I've recently been watching all of his videos. Just today, I was watching Smooth Criminal on the way over here. I just think, they made me feel just so jazzed about life, and they made me want to do great things with mine. So they were, a big go-to when I was younger.
So how does it feel now that you are a role model to young women?
It feels really lovely, and there was a period of time when I was playing Rose that I realised that I'd become a role model to girls, and I felt quite stressed about it because I just thought, oh my god, I'm going to have to be so together for these girls. And I've since had children, and so now I feel totally differently about it. I feel differently about it. I feel like I'm so blessed to be that to some people, and I have time and I understand what it means, my kids look up to certain people, so I totally understand what it means. I'm reminded of what it means to have a role model, so I now relish that responsibility.
And you've risen to the challenge, and we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Next question.
Hi.
Hi, darling.
Big fan. I was just curious as to what your hobbies are when you're not acting.
Walking, reading, cooking. What else do I do? Loads of stuff with my kids, although those aren't my hobbies. I haven't got time for those anymore. Stuff like that. Travelling, not through time and space, but I guess through time. It's less impressive, I understand, but it is my life.
So with cooking, what is your best dish that you prepare that you're most proud of?
I really love cooking a Sunday roast. I just love it. It's big, wholesome.
Well, today is Sunday, so you just let us know what time.
Okay. I'll just finish off and I'll get to it. That's it, my love. Thank you.
That's plenty. Being a mom is a full-time hobby.
Yeah, right. It's a big old
career. And
it's a
all
career.
Next question.
Hi.
Hello.
How long did it take to film one episode of Doctor Who?
Good question.
Oh, that is a good question. I'd say that it took 3.5 weeks.
Wow, that's a little bit longer than American television.
Yeah, but it was however many years ago.
Yeah.
You know, every moved a lot slower then, I
Okay.
think, you know, and also technology is way more advanced now when it comes to shooting CGI stuff. You know, it's just a different ballgame now. I think I can say 3.5 weeks. It certainly felt like 3.5 weeks, especially if you got 3.5 weeks of night shoots. But I don't know. I think it was probably that because it's like runs at like just under an hour. It's quite a lot.
It is.
And there's a lot of big sequences, a lot of action. Yeah, it takes its time.
That was a good question.
A really good question.
Can I take someone over here in the front that can't get back there? That can't get back there. Hey, how about you, ma'am? A preference of stage or camera work?
At the moment, I would say stage because I've just done it and it's just felt so amazing to do in the way that we did it. And then I know that going back to filming sometimes it's quite repetitive. And
there's a freedom on the stage.
There's a freedom
you
on
get
the
one
stage,
chance to get
and
it.
you get, yeah, exactly. And you're telling a story over a course of 2 hours or something, and so it feels like a real stretch, you know, as an actor. But there is an ease. There's an ease to filming that, you know, there's a comfort to it, you know, and you can take way more time over it, you know. But what you hope is that in filming that you can work in really dynamic ways and with really dynamic people. So we'll see what happens next.
Bum bum bum. Next question.
Hi, I was just curious because I recently watched Penny Dreadful.
Yeah.
There was this scene where you are begging. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry.
You are begging Victor to not take away the memory of your child.
Yeah.
How hard was that for you as a mom?
It was really. It wasn't hard. I could feel it more because I've had kids. You know what I mean? Like I can feel what that. I can imagine what that would feel like. And it made everything feel very real in that moment, you know. And yeah, it's a very sad story that. And it's beautifully written and very carefully filmed, and so yeah, I feel an enormous affinity with anything that's about children now because I've had my kids. You know, I've just played a woman who couldn't have children, and I think I would just imagine what that was like. You know, having been blessed with 2 boys. You know, but. So anything sort of child-related, I really feel very close to. So yeah, it was hard in many ways. I hope you're okay.
Oh, I'm fine. Thank you, though.
Oh, darling.
You put everything in that work for us to see of you. It was so beautiful to watch the different ways that you express yourself. And so I felt exactly what she was talking about. It was really tough to watch that happen. Because no one ever wants their memory of something so important ever taken away. That is a true, real fear.
Yeah, exactly.
Were you aware that the story is continuing through a comic book?
Yes.
It's really well done.
Is it?
Yeah. So your character isn't finished yet.
I should look at that.
Yes. In your spare time,
it's a new hobby. I'm reading comics about my own. Exactly. In between timing the roast, I'll get to it.
Alex, what do you have?
Hi, I'm Ketchup. I want to know.
Ketchup? Is that your name?
It is today.
Oh, it's today. Wonderful. Hi, Ketchup.
I was wondering, since I am Ketchup, what's your favorite condiment? Like ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise?
I love mayonnaise. I love Tabasco in mayonnaise. I love HP sauce. I'm a condiment freak. I love HP sauce. I love, my favorite condiment is A1 steak sauce. Like I could drink it. It's really not good for you though. Super caloric.
It's very flavorful.
Oh my god, it's just, I can have it on eggs, beef, chicken, everything. I love that. I'm gonna get some before I leave.
Right, now that we're all hungry. Next question.
What is cup of soup?
Cup of soup? What is cup of soup? Cup of soup. Do you really not know what that is?
I'm just joking because I'm.
Oh, hello. You're the war
doctor.
Yes, I can see you now.
Real question now. All right, my real question is, so the moment wasn't ultimately used in the 50th anniversary. Is that a role you'd be interested in revisiting? And if so, to what capacity?
If there was a way to weave the moment into the new show with Jodie, that would be awesome. Just to somehow have my moment with Jodie. I don't know what capacity, but I'm sure someone could come up with something very beautiful, very detailed. And maybe Rose would come through a bit more, and they'd have a shared adventure. I think that would be pretty cool. Just saying.
It's always helpful when the actor expresses interest in coming to revisit a world that they have loved. So that's a good dream to hold on to. I love it. Alex?
Someone's
waving.
waving.
Sorry. Hi, hang on. Just a second. So sorry. Yes, ma'am. You in here. Stand up loud and proud. What you got, girl?
Have you ever tried to write your own story?
Ooh, writing your own story.
Yeah, I have. I've written a lot of stuff. I've written something that I think might hopefully get made, but I don't want to curse it by telling you about it.
Sure.
So just send me vibes that it's going to get made. Right? That's what I need. I love writing. I love it.
Great question. Thank you for asking.
Thank you.
Sorry, Alex. Back to you.
Hello, my name is Olivia. My first question is, will you please marry me? I'm just kidding. My real question is, I mean, if you like. It's been so exciting and inspiring to see you play strong female roles. If you could play any dream role,
I'd love to play Lady Macbeth. I think it's time to maybe do. I haven't really done any Shakespeare. I haven't done any Shakespeare. I should just say I haven't done it. I haven't. So it would be really good to maybe look at a sort of adaptation of Macbeth and maybe be part of that. I'd also really like to, because I've been playing a lot of emotional, angry, sad women. I think next, I'd I'd really like to do some gross out comedy. Just really let loose, something horribly inappropriate, foul-mouthed, you know, sort of Seth Rogen territory, you know, or the English equivalent. But you know what I mean? Really go there. That's what I'd like to do.
So you say Seth Rogen. Are there comics or comedians that inspire you?
Okay, yeah, I know what it is. I know. I am in love with Louis C.K. I'm doing my play in New York next year, and I'm going to try and get him there. And then I'm going to try and get a job from him. That's my plan. I love him. I would like to... he's hilarious. I would be honoured to be part of anything he had in production. Just to work alongside him would be awesome. Because, you know, his comedy is, you know, on the edge. But it's also very real, what he talks about there. They're real, you know, horrible thoughts that we all have and don't express. And I think that he does that dance really well. So I'd like to dance with him.
Next question.
Hi.
Hello.
Who's your least favorite and favorite enemy?
Just in life?
In Doctor Who.
Because there's a load of people you don't know, so that would be a boring answer. There was Hannah Stewart at school. The Angels, you know, I don't really know. I found those very upsetting. There's a lot. Are You My Mummy? Not really an enemy, but just terrifying, creepy. Never been scared about Dalek. Never been intimidated, threatened whatsoever. Just the most annoying things. Equally as annoying as the Cybermen. Yeah, I'd say I think those two. It's when it gets creepy and a bit too real that I start to have a problem with it.
So how did that translate into something like Penny Dreadful, where a lot of it was very creepy and gothic in its horror elements?
Dark.
Really dark.
So dark. It was actually exciting because it's, you know, it's so rare to be able to do something that twisted, you know.
Right.
And explore parts of your personality that you didn't know existed, and you hope you never revisit. But yeah, I had some less gruesome stuff than, say, Helen McCrory.
Right.
Yeah, she had some brutal stuff, and
my biggest regret is that you didn't get to chew much scenery with Ava Green.
I know.
Because your paths didn't cross very much.
I know.
That was a shame.
I know it was. It's a real shame. We had one crossover at the theatre. Yeah. That was lovely filming that. I love filming that. I felt like I was genuinely there. So deluded.
The Ethan Chandler character, I remember that very episode because he got to meet Dorian Gray up close and personal.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. See, that was something that was quite fruity.
Yeah.
He was so stressed about that scene.
Oh, really? We'll have to talk more about that.
Everyone was so nervous. Oh God, we laughed.
If you've not watched Penny
if you don't know what we're
should.
talking about, you should go and find that episode now. Someone's waving again.
Hi, what you got?
Very excited about your audio play. I've got it pre-ordered. Do you think you'll do any more?
Running more what? I'm sorry.
The audio plays with Big Finish.
Audio
Oh
plays.
yeah. I told the guys that I'd love to do loads more. So I think they're looking at ways to make that happen. It's exciting. I really enjoyed it. So nice playing Rose vocally.
Right.
And not on camera. Just
You get to dress very comfortably.
Just sit there like a slob with no hair and makeup, just eat cake and, do the thing. It was great.
Dipped in A1 sauce.
Drink the A1. Get to it.
Well, a little bit of wine. We have time for 2 more questions, one on each side, please. Alex, can I come to you?
Sure. My question is, you mentioned earlier you're excited for the new female incarnation of the Doctor, but can you speak a bit more on how Rose would feel about her? Would they get along? Would they like each other?
Ooh. Possibly, yeah. I mean, why not? Yeah, I think the thing is that Rose is in love with the Doctor, so whatever, however the Doctor regenerates, I'm sure that love will, continue, maybe find a new path, but the love for that spirit, her love for that spirit, it will be unchanged by the gender of the Doctor, so... These are the best questions I've ever had at a con. They are. They're really different. They're really thoughtful. Like, no offense to all the other cons, but like, they're really just some of the stuff I've never answered before. So it's a real joy. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. I think the real joy is that you spent the day with us here at DragonCon.
Thank you.
Now, all right, young lady, bring us back home. How are you going to close the show? What's your question?
Hello.
Hi.
My name is Piper.
Yeah. I met a few Pipers today.
Have you ever stayed up more than 24 hours?
Another great question. Yes, I am ashamed to admit I have, yeah. In my early 20s. When I could stay up for 24 hours.
Right. And then go to work the next day and be like,
yeah,
oh,
exactly. Go to work the next day. It's just like, I've got this. I've got this. Have you?
Yes.
How many times?
Just once at a summer camp, and I'm only like 13 years old, so...
But girl, many more to come, I promise.
Yeah. You've got years of that. You'll surprise yourself.
Well, Billie,
Thank
it looks like our hour has drawn to a close.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Author Stories podcast. For more great author interviews like this one, go to hankgarner.com and dig through the archives. There's something there I know you'll love. Tune in for new episodes every Tuesday and Friday. Now stay tuned for a special audio clip from Richard Gleaves' The Jason Crane series.
No use crying over spilled milk. Eliza hated that cliche. She'd grown up a cliche, her life a bowl of cherries, duck soup, easy as pie, child's play behind a white picket fence. Mother had been the Wyatt Earp of cliches, firing them off quick draw. A rotten apple spoils the barrel. Smile and the world smiles with you. Every dog has his day. Children should be seen and not heard. She believed them all, particularly this last. Eliza obliged, preferring to wander the streets of Wytheville, Virginia, on her own lonesome terms. The divorce left Laura a spinster librarian, and one false step on icy stairs left her an invalid as well. The accident happened on New Year's Eve, 1950. Laura had just locked the doors of Wytheville Public Library. We must make black-eyed peas tomorrow, Laura had been thinking, with turnip greens. That ensured a lucky new year, and if you swept some money over your threshold, a prosperous one, too. She loved those old Southern traditions. She looked both ways, checking for Negroes, but turned a heel on the icy marble of the stairs and fell into the bushes below, breaking the long bones in both legs. Eliza had taken advantage of her mother's absence. She'd lost her virginity that same night. She'd swept Ron Partridge over her threshold, initiating her own beloved tradition. She was nursing a hangover, giddily reliving the event. But around 8:30 she realized that her mother had not come down to breakfast. She checked her mother's bedroom, found it empty, took the bus down to the library, climbed the high stairs, knocked hard on the library doors, and heard a groan below. Laura lay under the William Penn barberry bushes, below the yellow-trimmed windows of the non-fiction section. Her white stockings ran Jezebel red with blood. Sweat and melted snow had soaked her blouse, and her gray forehead blazed. The broken bones didn't kill Laura Merrick. She lay in the hospital, wheezing, her legs mortared up in casts. She had few visitors after the first week. Her church group was glad to fret over a poor thing for a day or two, but they trickled away when Laura had the bad manners to linger. On Valentine's Day, as her mother slept, Eliza drew big, sloppy hearts on her casts. Laura harumphed when she woke and insisted on keeping her legs hidden beneath blankets afterwards. But in late March, something miraculous happened. Laura's self-control dropped. She ranted at nurses, spit at doctors, swore like a Navy pilot dropping F-bombs on Hiroshima. She had dementia, the doctors said. Eliza decided that her mother had just stopped believing her own bullshit. The spells continued over the next 2 weeks, and Eliza enjoyed her mother's company for the first time. They swapped bawdy jokes, ogled the handsome interns, and chattered like best girlfriends late into the evening. They had long conversations, and Laura spoke her own mind in her own words about things that mattered to her. It broke Eliza's heart when the prim, condescending librarian returned. Laura hardly acknowledged anything that had passed between them. The clichés returned. You can't have your cake and eat it too. A leopard doesn't change its spots. Nothing is certain except death and taxes. This last proved true. On April 15th, Laura Merrick marked her Bible with a tongue depressor, set it on her nightstand, leaned back against the headboard, and coughed blood down the front of her nightdress. Eliza found her that way, dead as the proverbial doornail, and yes, the blood was thicker than water, just as her mother had always said. Much thicker than water, in fact, perhaps as thick as molasses in January.